Don't know what episode it is anymore, but what a fucking sports day. Tuesday, November 1st was.
It's week 9.
It's week 9 of the NFL season. The White Sox have a new manager. Ryan Poles is doing everything I said he would and just proving me right. Traded Bruce and Nyloff's lover on Monday and then made a beautiful trade
I wouldn't call him my lover.
on Tuesday. Boys, what a sports day today. The Spurs won. The Tottenham Spurs. Go Spurs go. Boys,
Jesus Christ.
let's go. We're moving on to the Champions League, round of 16. Suck on my ass.
So is Chelsea, just for the...
Okay, that's cool. We'll see who goes further. Maybe we'll get a trophy. Anyway, we're not here to talk about soccer. We're not here to talk about soccer. We're here to talk about the White Sox new manager. For once, I'm surprised, gentlemen.
I'll be back.
They didn't pick a Jerry guy. Rick Hahn. This is Rick Hahn's guy. This is Rick Hahn's search. Bench coaches won't be back. Ethan Katz, the pitching coach, and Kurt Hassler, the bullpen coach, will be back. Boys. Well, I'm gonna defer to Ryan here because Bruce doesn't know a lot about this guy. I texted Ryan earlier. I said I'm glad someone with a brain when it comes to baseball is going to be on this podcast. Ryan, how are we feeling about Grifol? I feel like I butchered that again. Probably going to continue to butcher it until I get some reps under my belt. But how are we feeling?
I think you got it right there.
Well, you know what? I know you're a huge Tony guy, so I'm sorry for you, Nick, for losing your favorite coach of all time. Ozzy's not back, so Bruce, I'm sorry for you. But
yeah.
No, I mean, like Nick said, he's not a Sox guy. That's the biggest positive we get. He came from the Royals, which I think a lot of people are taking negatively, but he's a big baseball guy. He's really big in analytics. He's good mix of the two. But I think the biggest hire today was Charlie Montoya as the bench coach.
Yep.
His former bench coach was pretty good with the Blue Jays. I know he got fired this year, but you know what? He brings a wealth of experience, and he'll get on the asses of a lot of guys.
He's the bad cop in this situation. But, Bruce, what you don't understand is in 2014, I don't know if you knew this, the Kansas City Royals won the American League. Then in 2015, they won the World Series. And Grifol was the bench coach. Oh, okay, good. I'm just making sure. And do you know who their catcher was at the time?
I don't actually.
Yeah, Salvador Perez. So for you shaking your head.
Okay, I didn't want to say that and sound stupid. Is he still the catcher?
Yeah, he is still the catcher today and was the catcher then. But do you know who had a big part in his development? Do you want to take a guess?
The guy we just hired.
Wow, the guy we just hired. And you know why he did that?
Because he was tired of being a bench coach for the shitty fucking Royals. I don't.
No.
He bench coach.
Yeah.
Well, what was he then?
He was just his best friend.
Just an assistant coach?
He was the catching coordinator, man.
Oh.
He made him sleep.
Anyway, analytical guy. I know Ryan and I both listened to this podcast earlier. He actually said you can lose a division in April and May, which is something the White Sox didn't think was possible last year. And hand up, I'll admit I didn't think was either, but they sure fucking lost it in April and May last year. What else did he say that I liked? He's a big believer in using his gut along with the analytical numbers. I think that's the perfect mix instead of Tony kind of being like a one-off in the dugout, not listening to any of his assistant coaches. And Ryan brought it up. Montoya is going to be huge. I mean, I'm not going to call it a home run hire, get too excited. I'm excited not because of the guy. I'm excited there are no ties to Jerry or Kenny in this situation. Joe McEwing will not be back. Daryl Boston will not be back. This is the move at least Ryan and I were looking for in terms of go outside the organization, get someone who's really good, and apparently he blew away everyone in interviews. You have Raul Ibanez saying the Royals should have hired him. You have George Brett, who's a fucking crazy person, saying the Royals should have hired him. They didn't because their owner's tight with who's the Rays guy they hired? Quattro. Yeah, so I'm super excited about this. He's Cuban. He's Latin speaking. That'll go over well in the dugout. Interesting to see what the Sox do and make moves now. But there's going to be some accountability in that dugout and not a.
Are you guys ready for a podcast or what's going on over there?
Yeah, what's with the shuffle?
You're making shit ton of noise.
It's Josh being an asshole because he insisted on leaving while we were in the middle of the White Sox thing.
You could have at least.
Was I making a lot of noise?
Yeah, you.
Bro. You could have fucking muted yourself.
All I did was turn the TV on.
This is why we don't have sponsors. Because they look at Nyloff and they're like, who is this guy?
What's for dinner?
All right.
Yeah.
Bring it back on track.
No, what's for dinner?
I got a couple questions for you.
What's for dinner?
Dinner, frozen pizza. 4 times a week.
Mute yourself, Bruce.
Quick shout out, Amy's Pizza, margarita pizza. That is all.
All right, so you said in the group chat earlier that this is Han's guy and this is now Han's team.
Yep.
Does that mean Jerry's going to let him finally go out and spend the money that he has been talking about spending for 3 years, 4 years now?
That's kind of tough, and I'll take this one first, Ryan. They had a top 7 payroll this year, and a lot of the same guys are going to be back besides Abreu. So you'll have some money to spend with Abreu not coming back, but all the bullpen guys are signed, and these are people supposedly Tony wanted, and it's on Rick a little bit too, but Lurie's still on the team. I mean, if you cut him, you're still going to have to eat that money. So I don't know how much more they'll spend. They may, there's been rumblings that they're going to try and trade Yaz's contract for a bad contract. It would be interesting, but considering this guy's Cuban, Yaz is Cuban, I'm guessing most of the Cuban players are going to be safe. Maybe that's not right of me to say.
So Ryan, is it for sure that Jose's gone then too? Now we bring in a Cuban guy. He gonna take another discount to stay with us? Because I know he kind of did the last time we signed him.
I don't think he took a discount at all to sign last time. I mean, he's 34.
I thought.
Oh, Jerry came in, gave him a blank check, pretty much.
Yeah. No, I mean, Abreu's going to be 34. He hit 11 home runs last year.
His power numbers were way down.
There's no room for him on this roster. Like, if they sign him, and I told Nick before, if they sign him for pennies on the dollar, like a $3 or $4 million contract, then fine. But you can't spend
he'll never take that. So, and I agree. I wouldn't want to pay him too much more than that anyway. But it was just a question. Just a thought.
It's an interesting point, Bruce, and one that's been brought up over like White Sox Twitter today. Like, does this mean like Abreu will come back cheaper? Does he have a relationship there because they're both Cuban? Like, who fucking knows? I think the more important part is that this guy's bilingual. He knows how to communicate with, these guys in the dugout, and that's what they're looking for. I mean, I would love a Ron Washington or someone like that, but if you can't speak Spanish, like, it doesn't really work when most of your roster speaks Spanish.
When we had, what was it, like 70% of all the Cubans in the MLB on active roster last year on our team?
Could have been, yeah.
I think it was like 68%. No, it was ridiculously high. It was like 7 of 13
I think he's right.
or some shit.
Well, it's not 70 then.
It wasn't quite 70. I think it was like 60, somewhere between 64 and 68. I remember looking up, yeah.
I still think that's a high. I mean, the Astros have 2 of them.
No, it was
like, can we get a stat on this?
It's a high number. But
Producer Dylan, look this up.
No, but I think the biggest thing is that we keep on forgetting the Sox were the AL favorite going into the year last year. And this team hasn't changed at all.
No.
So they still have talent. They need health. So I'd expect the health statue to get canned once again, or just hope that they can stay healthy next year. But the one thing that Purple kept on saying that I loved was grit. I mean, that's the reason I love the Hawks this year, because they show a willingness to play every single game. They compete. I think the Sox can go like that, like they did in 2020 with Ricky. I mean, the boys didn't quit. The boys quit the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Let's hope we see some of that work ethic again.
Another thing he said too, he was talked about like the Royals bunting a lot. I think it was 2 years ago. And he's like, yeah, that's all fine and good, but you can't lead the league in bunts and win the pennant. You have to hit home runs and have timely home runs. So the emphasis, I would hope, with the new hitting coach and Rafal is we need to fucking get these guys hitting home runs again. Sorry, like, and that with Vaughn, like, that should come naturally with him having more legs playing first base most of the time and not the fucking outfield. But they need to have fly balls. There's no reason Eloy, Robert, any of these big bats should be hitting the ball on the ground. There's just no reason for it. I don't know what they're gonna do. I would like them to get a little better on defense, add some speed where you can, and that's really it. I don't see any major moves. It'll be interesting to see what Han says at the presser, what happens at the GM meetings, and who's available. But Ryan, you got anything to add on the hire? I know I'm excited.
I mean, I think we've hit it. I mean, I think we're all holding our breath because we don't really know how to take it yet. He's not an established name.
Yeah.
He came from the Royals, so we don't know that much about him, but he's a breath of fresh air. I mean, we've kind of had the enthusiasm sucked out of the fan base the last 2 years. It's just nice having a lot of question marks in a good way and not a lot of disappointment behind coaching the team. So I'm for it. I think we'll see a couple minor moves. Like, I don't think Leary's going to be on the team next year. His biggest trigger.
What about Sheets?
Sheets, I could care less. He's a dime a dozen left-handed hitter.
I would just get him off the roster so he's not like you don't have the issue of having someone overplay him.
That's it's Justin Bohr or Matt Adams. He's just a big left-handed hitter that can hit bombs, but he doesn't.
No.
So every team has one.
Yep.
Do you have trade value? Like, could you move him?
I mean, we can trade him to you guys if you want.
Oh no, I'm okay without him. You guys can keep Abreu too.
Nyloff, there's some rumors floating around that Abreu.
Yeah, there's a lot of big names that.
No. I'm not talking about the other names. I want to. How would you feel about signing Jose Abreu?
For me, it really depends on how the offseason goes. What I do like about Abreu is he does get hits. I mean, he dropped off in power, but
he'll be the best hitter on your team.
Yeah. So like, if we sign a couple big names and sign him kind of as a role player on top of it, I wouldn't hate it. But if we're not as big in the offseason as the rumors are seeming to be, I wouldn't like him on the team. It just doesn't seem like a good fit. What is he, 34? You said, right?
34. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have that many years left. I mean, you can play pretty deep in baseball, but it kind of depends on the offseason. I'd rather not sign him personally, but if we do, we'll see how it goes.
What he's saying is he'd be okay with signing Jose Abreu if they couldn't bring Anthony Rizzo back, since he's clearly leaving the Yankees.
I would love to bring Anthony Rizzo back.
Sure. I mean, I think Rizzo's a better player.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he'll probably re-sign in Chicago.
Yeah, I'd love that.
I don't think so.
I mean, the hard thing with Abreu is
so?
he's 34, but he might be 47 because he's Cuban. So who knows?
Yeah. That's literally a fair. That dude looks like he's 100. Obviously, a really good hitter and build the statue, everything like that. But it's time to move on. Let's go to the Bears.
Would you build him a statue?
I would, yeah.
I wouldn't.
I would. He basically was the face of your franchise for 10 years. I'd build the statue.
Okay. And they were good for 2 of them.
Dude, the Sox don't have many good players that come around that are good for 10 years in a row. I get what you're saying. Like, it's like maybe like on the Yankees, you don't build him a statue. But for the Sox, I think he deserves a statue.
Retire his jersey because no one's going to wear his number again. But why the fuck would you build him a statue?
I mean, because we need more statues.
Yeah, why not? The Cubs built fucking Ernie Banks' statue. What did he ever do?
Cup. He's Mr. Cup.
Yeah, but what did he do?
Dude,
they didn't win dick.
Are you saying Jose Abreu's on the same level as Ernie Banks?
Yeah, you just compared Mr. Cub to Jose Abreu.
Yeah, I did.
That was an insane state. And your dad's a Cubs fan. I'm going to fucking play him this next time.
I wasn't here for that, but I heard Ernie Banks and Abreu in the same conversation. Bruce, go fuck yourself.
What's the difference between the two?
Oh, my God.
Quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Yeah, let's just move on. We're moving on to the Bears. Boys, I've never been happier with the Chicago Bears than I was today. It's been a long time, maybe since they fired Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace on the same day. Wow.
Yeah, that was a good day.
Ryan Poles shipped Roquan Smith out of here, like someone said at the beginning when we started doing this pod would happen because negotiations didn't go well. He was being a little bitch, didn't have an agent. Flus was like, this guy isn't good enough to play in this scheme. Someone said that. And he's gone. After getting run over at the goal line 3 times against Tony Pollard that I saw in the old 22 today, and having 5 total tackles. Don't worry, though. Still leads the league in tackles. If that's
Still
your
leads
kind
the
of...
league in tackles.
Still, if that's your thing. Bruce, let's go to you. I'm so happy. And I want to take back my apology to him. from last week.
I don't understand why you're so happy. You're acting like we're not talking about an all-pro caliber linebacker.
You do not pay an off-the-ball linebacker $100 million.
Who the fuck else is the team gonna pay?
I'll fucking pay anyone.
Like I said, I was never talking about giving Roquan the $100 million that his dumbass was asking for. I was never on board with that. But he's a great linebacker.
Good.
I feel like he's an asset to this team. No, he is great.
Then why did he have 5 fucking tackles on Sunday?
He had a bad game.
He's had every bad game has been bad except the Patriots.
You don't lead the league in tackles if you have a bad
Bro,
game
anyone can make tackles. You
don't lead
Dylan.
Blake Martinez led the league in tackles for 3 years on the Packers.
Who gives a fuck? It's a dumb stat.
No. That's what I'm saying.
No, Dylan. Yes.
Martinez.
No, I'm agreeing with you, Dylan. That's what I'm telling. This is directed at Bruce, not you. Sorry. Was not yelling at you. Good stat. This is why you're the producer. Bruce?
But can we not all agree that Roquan Smith is a markedly better player than Blake Martinez?
Blake Martinez may cover people better.
We're not talking about Blake Martinez. We're talking about Roquan Smith.
But this is the problem.
Replaces production with a Blake Martinez type player.
Yes. That's what he's saying. You don't need to pay someone any amount of money. You can go get guys who aren't as good behind a really good defensive line and be just fine.
Go get guys that aren't as good. We have a guy who's that good.
No, we don't have a guy because Bulls traded him. Get the fuck out. Go to Baltimore. Fly with the Ravens.
You keep talking about him like he's a bum, but he was good enough for somebody to come get him, right?
Hey, how many playoff games we win with Roquan?
He wouldn't be traded. I never said he wouldn't be traded. I said if I was the GM, I probably wouldn't have traded him. Now, obviously, I'm not a GM. I'm sitting in my bedroom talking about what the GM did today instead of doing press conferences. That's not the point. The only thing I was saying was I think Roquan Smith is a great linebacker.
Good.
I would have liked to see him on this team for a long time. Now, that being said, I'm not sad that he's gone.
Okay.
We ended up we went and got Chase Claypool, which I think has potential to be a great. Yeah, I'm just saying this is what we ended up getting for Roquan Smith.
Do you want to know what
makes it hurt a little less?
Do you want to know what Pro Football Focus rates Roquan right now in the NFL?
The only big problem I have with this trade is that we're eating most of Roquan's salary for the rest of the year.
In the NFL. 40 fucking first linebacker.
To not play for us this
I will go pick him up in my car and drive him to O'Hara Midway right now. I'll throw all his little
it doesn't really mean much if we're paying him this year.
Who fucking cares? We're not competing.
Nick Cat this year. What's another 14?
Dude, who gives a fuck? Who are we adding right now to? Are we competing for a wild card spot? No. This team is around Justin Fields.
Technically, we're in the hunt.
I would have.
Thank God you're not running the team. You know what?
If we're going to eat that much salary, I would have liked to see a bit more on the return.
Dylan, can we get prices to move Bruce down to Atlanta so he can go live with Ryan Pace and do whatever the Falcons are doing in the front office? Because you're sounding very Ryan Pace-like right now. Nyloff, what do you think about the Roquan trade?
He's going to say exactly what I just said. He would have liked to see a little bit more in return.
No.
After further review, I understand why we didn't get a lot, right? To get a first.
No, I get it. They're trading for 9 games of Roquan Smith before they have to pay him or he walks. But still, I would have liked.
And you don't know if he's going to walk. That's part of why you don't get a first. I mean, we already had bad negotiations with him here. Clearly, Ryan Poles didn't feel comfortable taking that risk and holding on to him. He tried to get value because I don't think he was going to re-sign him. I don't think they were going to come to an agreement. So to get a 2 and a 5 out of it and turn it into Chase Claypool and a 5th round pick, essentially, I can't be mad about it. What I'm most happy about is that Ryan Poles is making big moves. I'm excited to see that this guy is trying to do what he wants to do and turn this organization around for the long term. So regardless of if I'm upset that I like these players and they're gone. I can't be, because it's something we didn't really get with Pace is big moves and turning the team around. The way that Ryan. Well, that's false. Yeah, he did trade for Khalil Mack.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I didn't like the way he did his shit. Fuck Ryan Pace.
Yeah, well, hindsight's 2020. But so the Bears go out today, outbid the Packers. Sorry, Dylan, for Chase Claypool. I'm a fan of this move. 24 years old. The off the field stuff scares me a little bit, and I talked about it last week. But Justin Fields, from what I was told, really wanted him. Went to polls, and he's 24, has another year left on his contract. I know I threw Calvin Ridley in the chat. I think it was last night or this morning. The problem with Ridley is he can't play at all this year, and he's owed $11 million next year. So it's kind of a tough situation. Young, cheap receiver.
How old is Calvin Ridley?
He's also
24.
What?
29?
Yeah.
No, I think right now he's 28. He'll be 29.
Yeah, I would rather take a guy who fits in the timeline. I don't know. This is something I've always been big on this year is fitting in the timeline. So I'd rather take the young over Calvin.
Kyle Schwarber, goodbye.
Schwarber.
Nothing, Philly.
Yeah, you guys are like way ahead of me.
Calvin Ridley, 27.
27. Doesn't fit what we're doing here. He's too old.
Wait, Nick, did you bet that too?
Fuck yeah, baby.
Because I bet that. Let's go.
I hammered that. Oh.
I wish I hit it harder.
Whew, that's hot. Fucking Kyle. Yeah, it's tough because you overpaid for sure, but you look at the wide receiving core, then you look at Green Bay's wide receiving core, and Dylan, we'll have an opportunity to talk about your Packers.
But it's tough to call that an overpayment. Yes, he hasn't exactly lit the league on fire, but he had 10 touchdowns as a rookie. When he's used, he's not bad. He just got underused in that offense because they had other options.
Well, and if you look at the free agent class, it's fucking terrible next year.
It sucks.
Yeah. So
I think it was a price to pay you had to pay. It was either him or way down to Calvin Ridley, who may or may not come back. And let's not forget, he sucked last year.
He didn't play 5 games for mental health, too.
He was terrible at it.
Yeah.
So, he's never put one on a team. So, take a shot on Claypool. Who cares? He's 6'4", he runs a 4.5 40. He's an athletic freak. Let's see what he can do.
Bruce, the Notre Dame brothers are
flexibility in the draft, too.
Exactly.
So I feel like if we don't get someone at the deadline, there's really no one in free agency, like you said. And it almost makes you think you have to go receiver very early. But now we can use it, like you guys were saying in the chat, O-line or edge, which I'm okay with.
Yeah,
and first round receivers have kind of sucked recently too. So, I want to take him a shot. Build from the inside out. I think that's how the best teams are built.
Yep, O-line, D-line, and you go from there. Ryan couldn't have said it any better. It's really how the best teams in the NFL operate. I think the 49ers are going to go on a run here. Look at the Eagles. I also love the 49ers to win the Super Bowl at plus 1,500 right now. Throw $60 on that. You win a K. Anyway, we'll get to the betting portion. But Dylan, how do you feel about your Packers not making a move?
I'm not surprised. They never make moves. So it's every receiver they're linked to, they never make a trade. So
are you saying the Packers never help Aaron Rodgers?
I'm not saying that.
Are you saying that they have done Aaron Rodgers a disservice his entire career?
No.
Okay.
They're a draft and develop team. They've always have been. The only two people they haven't really traded for anybody mid-season ever. So
he is right there. They do stick to the scheme, but it's an adapt or die league, so we'll see how that rolls out.
There's nothing more than I love than fucking see Lance McCullers get lit up. Fuck
back-to-back home runs.
Oh, mama. Hoskins, man, that guy's on fire.
Just no doubters too. They both absolutely hammered those baseballs.
That's one of the
if
better.
Bryce Harper hits another one here, that city will burn.
Yeah, that's one of the better postseason crowds we've had in the last few years in baseball. I think Phillies crowd,
because they're all absolutely batshit crazy.
Oh, did you guys see that kid reach over too? That was awesome. On Brandon Marsh's home run, the kid just completely dropped the ball
And then the outfielder threw it in and said, "Fuck that kid, you ain't getting that ball back."
Well, I guess Castellanos threw him a ball too, like the next inning, which was nice.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, the Phillies are a wagon right now. Yeah, I don't know if there's much else we can say about the Bears. They have David Montgomery, and Bruce continues to talk me into having a little two-headed monster at running back. I mean, if you can sign him for pretty cheap, I'm cool with that. I don't think a one-year deal makes sense.
That's what I'm saying.
What's the most? What's the most you would pay? 10 total or 10 a year?
10 a year, preferably.
No, why?
You're not gonna get him for 10 total.
You don't need him for 10.
I would like to do like.
I was thinking 2 years, 20 mil.
Like that's what I was thinking.
10 a year.
Dude,
Ideally,
this guy
like
can't
to
even
get him
hit an
like
open
2 for
lane.
16.
He can run some guys over. I'll go fucking get LeGarrette Blount out of retirement.
Ideally, you'd like to see him like 2 for 16.
Blunt.
Go fucking pick up Jordan Howard.
You need to pay him 10 a year.
Block.
Okay, you can find a cheap pass pro.
Draft one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Find a dude that can catch the ball.
He's also a better receiver.
Find a dude that can catch the ball and pass protect in the draft in like the 6th round.
Naheem Hines is a free agent.
Save $10 million.
Who cares?
Well, I like
Hines
Naheem
is in
Hines.
Buffalo. He's not going nowhere anymore.
He's not signed under. He's a free agent. That's why they traded him.
I bet they give him like 1 or 2 years.
No, because they're not stupid and overvalue running backs.
In the 2nd round.
James Cook is the starter in Buffalo next year.
I bet he's not. That guy can't hold on to the ball.
He's a
I think
rookie.
It's a nice one too. But yeah, Hines is just a win now move. I think he'd be perfect on the Bears. Or look at Brandon Bolden or Amir Abdullah. There's cheap dudes that can catch the ball and like protect.
Yeah,
Amir Abdullah sucks. He's a bum.
That's fine.
Well, how do you feel? So you want to give Herbert all this fucking? Well, not criticizing Herbert.
No, I
How
don't.
about tell Montgomery to fucking hold on to the ball because he apparently likes to fumble now. 2 fumbles in 2 games.
Yeah, and how many before that?
I don't care about before that.
Well, I mean, we got to base this on the entire body of work, right? You can't base it on 2 games.
Not liking what I'm seeing there.
No one bases anything on an entire body of work anymore.
Which is ridiculous.
What have you done for me
lately?
I think
which is still fucking getting
your little crew of people, Bruce, are going to be gone off the Bears. Your little boy Monty, Roquan, Robert Quinn. We know you're a big Quinn guy. Broke the Bears sack record. Oh, we didn't even talk about the Quinn trade. Another fantastic mood. And then Bruce sends in our Snapchat trade.
When was I ever a Robert Quinn guy?
I was a joke, but he literally goes, "Oh, he broke the sack record last year. We should have got more for him. He's got 1 fucking sack this year."
I think that's a fair point.
It's not. It's not. It has
18
nothing.
and a half sacks in a season.
Yeah, Khalil Mack on the other side.
So should we have fucking kept Robert Quinn because he had the sack record last year?
No.
Okay then. What are you mad
about? A little more than a 4th for him.
Like you
I
realize
didn't want him in the first place.
Money attached to it, right?
Amari Cooper got traded for a 5th round.
They
pick.
don't, because the Bears are paying Robert Quinn too. It's not like
no shit. That's why we're not getting more for them, because your boy Pace, your boy in Atlanta, where you're gonna be living soon, it fucking was like, here you go, Robert Quinn. Here you go, Khalil Mack. Like,
I hate
this
that,
is the problem.
You keep saying it like I wanted Robert Quinn. I fucking hated that.
Dude, but you keep saying we should get more for these players when we can't get more because of the money.
I don't see why the money is an issue if other teams aren't paying the money, though.
Because the Bears picked up the money, that's how they got the pick. You're not getting a 2nd round pick for a 34-year-old Robert Quinn.
Dude, do you hear yourself?
Well, I did.
He did.
You guys,
I heard Bruce wanted a 1st.
Bruce, I swear he did say that, didn't he?
I did not.
Dylan, we're going to have to fact check the last couple episodes. Anyway.
No, I don't think he said he wanted a 1st. I don't think he said
Ryan Poles, I want everyone's opinion of him right now. Where's your opinion of him? Bruce wants Pace back. I'm just kidding, Bruce. We know you don't want Pace back. Don't get all mad.
Stop saying it, though, because you know that. Everybody else doesn't.
The sadness at the end of that fucking...
Hey, Bruce came up with a new name for Justin Fields on Sunday at my house. It's pretty hot. I will talk about it.
He also got fucking locked up.
I was also at that point like 8 beers and a blunt deep into my day. Like,
He was.
No business doing that.
Anyway, so where are we at with Ryan Poles? How are we feeling on him? I love what he's doing personally, but we know that already. Bruce, where are you at with your boy Ryan Poles? Obviously not getting the draft capital you want, but
I mean, that's just me thinking he could do a little better on these trades.
yay or nay?
Obviously, I'm not in the room, so I don't know. But I like 98% of the moves he's made so far, with the exception being the absolutely massive whiff on Velas Jones in the third round.
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully they can just keep getting him reps this year. I don't know what the fuck that's going to turn
I just get rid of him.
No, again.
Ship him off.
Rookie
He still
deal.
might have value as a gadget guy.
Yeah, he's a rookie deal. Just fucking get him reps this year. This year doesn't matter.
25-year-old rookie who can't hold on to the football.
I'm going to start a rumor saying that the age was actually put on the board wrong, so we thought he was only 21.
Nyloff, where you at with Ryan Poles?
Yeah, kind of just like I said earlier, just really happy he wants to do it his way, and he's making big moves, and it's a lot to take in. Hopefully it works out. We'll have to wait and see on that, but I like that he's being aggressive, and he's clearly taking the road that he wants to. So I like what he's done so far.
Blake, you've been really quiet. I know you're a closet Bears fan, deploying units on the Titans. Where are you at?
First and foremost, before congratulations.
We did it last week if you heard it, but we're going to do it again.
Got it. Awesome stuff. Congrats, Blake.
Congrats on the sex, Blake.
But yeah, I got nothing. I like any kind of movement is good. Just sitting stagnant, that's not going to get your team anywhere. So I like the moves.
Nyloff, are you going to replace your Roquan jersey?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to Shields, which is like Dick's out here. They have a fucking orange stitched Justin Fields jersey. I've been having my eye on it for a while.
Sharp. Ryan, where you at with Poles?
You know what? He chose in a direction, he's gone with it, which I respect. His whole strategy depends on the draft, so he's got to hit the draft to be a success. But they got close to $100 million cap this offseason, so it's going to be a fun 12 months.
Fun 12 months indeed. Let's move on to the picks. Blake, I got to give you a shout out. Kid killed it last week. He's been killing it. Bruce told me he deployed some heavy units on the Titans, and that came through.
The unit deployer.
And I want just to be one-on-one for a second with you. I think a lot of people on this call this episode or podcast can benefit from how you got the bankroll you did, and I'm not going to reveal numbers, but didn't you only start with like $75 and just built it up from there?
No, yeah. So I actually just yesterday went through and clipped it. So started the NFL season, $25 in the account, 10 times it in the first month to $260. And then after this month here, I flipped $260 to $750. And gonna see if I can double it this next month.
That's how it's done. And
I've done quite the opposite. I've lost about that much, if not more.
Yeah, we know you've lost more. Rachel and the cats can't eat. Bruce, I know you've recently withdrew, so I'm not. This wasn't pointed at you. Don't get all defensive because you've had a nice little run here, and I'm proud of you. I wanted to say that. Are you just doing the big cat like fake Frozen? Or can you say, thanks, Nick? You're my hero.
No, I'm just choosing to ignore the words coming out of your mouth.
All right. I'm still in first place. Shocker. But Blake has entered into second place. Blake, it's good to have a good football mind up here finally. And these mush balls are gone. And technically Dylan's in third place. And he did call you out on Twitter, Nyloff, that if he was picking from weeks 1 to 6, he would be better than you.
No, Blake's in third. Barely holding on to second is Bruce.
Oh, well, I just can't read, which is
I just
nothing
gotta
new.
stop fucking around.
Yeah, so Blake's on. He's coming in hot. He's had like 3 great weeks in a row. Where you
Blake
motherfuckers
has
at
been killing
with my
it.
boy Danger Russ, Broncos country? Let's ride. What's up? No one's gonna defend their picks.
I'll defend my picks. I just don't trust that fucking guy.
I don't try. I do that whole game. I
don't
thought
like
he was gonna blow.
fucking high knees. If that guy was doing high knees on an airplane with me, I would have fucking decapitated his knees.
Can we talk
no
about that?
Caps.
Is that a crazy guy? Do we even believe he was doing it?
I think he was.
Oh, I 100%
was.
believe it.
Why would you lie about that?
He's the most
What is
extra
Russ?
fucking
That's
player
why.
in the whole league, dude. It's unbelievable. I do like the Subway commercials, though. I'll give him credit on that. Those are funny.
I kind of wanted us all to try the Danger Russ together, so I was rooting a little bit for the Jaguars, but maybe till next week, or I don't even know when they play again. Who cares? Are they off this week? That'd be so nice. It looks like it.
Yeah, they are.
Nice. Thank
The
you.
Jags are not off.
They are not. No, they're playing
The
the
Broncos.
Raiders.
The Broncos. I don't have to watch Russ in prime time.
Oh yeah, no, they
for
are
like the
off.
6th straight fucking week. Let's get into the games. Fun NFL slate. Crazy trade deadline too. It was like NBA style trade deadline. I don't think we need to get into a ton of the moves besides what we talked about with the Bears and the lack of moves made by the Packers and Raiders. I'm sure we'll talk about the Raiders because Ryan, you got some explaining to do. Philadelphia, Houston. Philadelphia -14. Are the Eagles going undefeated? We talked about this last week. They may go undefeated.
I don't think they will, but they definitely have a good chance.
They have
I definitely sprinkled a little bit. Barstool Sportsbook had an odds boost for them to go undefeated. I definitely sprinkled a little bit on there.
What was it?
It was something ridiculous. Let me see if I can find it.
Like undefeated in the regular season or undefeated like to the Super Bowl winning?
Through the Super Bowl, I believe.
Okay, that makes sense.
It was
their strength of schedule, man. It's so nice.
It's bad. It's very bad.
Yeah, it's just that's a crazy line though. 14 points.
But are we all gonna take the Eagles on this game?
No, I'm not.
I'm on Houston. I just think 14 is just a fuck ton of points.
I'm on the Eagles now.
It's too much.
Oh, I didn't take that one. I took the other one for the Phillies and the Eagles to both win the titles.
I'm not picking with Nyla.
76.
I think this feels like a trap game though.
It's just so many points. Could they do it? Yeah, they could.
Point.
They could just blow the fucking the wheels off them. But I don't know. It's at Houston, which is why I like it even more. I think they have an okay performance and lose by 10.
I think people underrate. I think Philly's defense is better than their offense.
Their defense is sick.
And now with the addition of
Their
Robert
D-line
Quinn,
is nuts.
Davis Mills ain't gonna be able to do shit. I think Kenny Pickett had a better chance because he can move around. Davis Mills can't move around. They're not gonna be able to run the ball. I don't care what powers of Christ Lovie Smith brings out or tries to bring out. This is not a game where I'm riding with Lovie, and it is a lot to do with the mush Nyloff, who hasn't been riding really a month, and we're all praying for him. We tried to do an exorcism for him. He declined. He lost no runs first inning tonight. Who knows what else he's going to lose in the next 48 hours. But, Ryan, you're on Houston. Why?
Good line. I mean, 14's a lot. I'm done doing big lines. Most of the time you lose. So I'm going to make it a strict. If it's over 9.5 points, I'm taking the underdog.
I actually want to see what the public's on here. Blake, who you got?
Give me the Eagles here. They're just so explosive. Second quarter team. Once again, say this I think every week. Philly right now, take the first half. First half is at 22.5 for both teams. You might want to look at that.
Yeah,
I do like Philly in the first half, but there's been a couple games where the second half they've kind of let the foot off the gas pedal. Which is another reason I don't like the 14-point line.
Holy fuck. 84% of the money is on the Eagles.
Yeah, why do you think the line is so big?
I'm still taking the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Blake, I like that pick, though. I'm going to tell you on that. Dylan?
No, Eagles. I mean, there's the Houston's just bad football team.
Bad football team. You know who else is a bad football
Take
team?
the better quarterback. Oh, yeah.
We'll get to that.
Shut up.
Don't worry, maybe. We'll get to that. Maybe they'll be.
What is Blake on? Blake, what are you on Thursday picks?
I'm 6-2 on Thursday.
Oh, this is a Thursday game?
Yeah. So
this is Thursday.
I love the Eagles.
If you want to flip it all to the Eagles, that's fine. But also, Houston, they only scored 3 points the entire Tennessee game. So that gives me even more confidence here.
Right. No, that's a fair point. Buffalo minus 13 at the Jets. Guys, Zach Wilson sucks.
Well, and all of his offensive linemen are hurt.
Yeah, well, that.
He threw for a lot of yards.
Did you see that ball he tried to throw away and it got picked off? That was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad, man. I'm not a Zach Wilson believer, but that is a good point. A lot of his offensive line is out. This is another fucking line that scares the shit out of me. Earl is locking in the New York Football Jets.
It's a good defense.
Okay.
I'll ride with Sauce. I don't think the Jets are gonna put up a lot of points, but I'll take a good defense any day, and that's another big line. I'm not gonna take it.
Respect. Bruce.
The Jets just can't score. And the defense could be as good as you want it to be. If they're on the field the whole goddamn day, Josh Allen's gonna make them hurt, man. It's gonna get ugly. Even if they put up a good fight early, by the middle of the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter, they're just not gonna be able to keep up.
Well, thank God they covered last week with that big line.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Now,
I can't even say the Packers are better than the Jets anymore because they're just not.
Oh, yes, they are. Nyla?
Give me the Jets.
I'll take the Bills. This is going to be a fun
The way I look at it, Ryan, like, we got 2 big lines early. Like, one of them will probably hit and one of them probably won't.
Yeah. Well, it's like last week.
No, they'll both end in blowouts.
Yeah, sure thing, Bruce.
This is the time of year where big boy. It's November now, boys. This is when the big boy football teams come out to play. This isn't September, October. You know what you got. It's time to wheel and deal. The Jets were a little too confident. It's time for them to get back down to the Jets, the Patriots to start elevating, and Buffalo to continue their dominance. Blake, did we already talk to you on this?
No, but yeah, Buffalo here minus 13. Yes, the Jets defense is good, but Buffalo's offense, they're going to put up so many points in the first half there that it's going to be 38-10 or something and end score here.
Yep. The Miami Dolphins against the Roquan-less, Smith-less Chicago Bears at Soldier Field. Dolphins only -5. Bears coming off just giving up 50 to the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. Where do you like this one, Bruce?
Dolphins -5.5.
Oh, short and sweet. Dylan.
-5, whatever it is.
Yeah, Dolphins. I never expect the Bears to cover.
Ooh, hurtful. Ryan's going.
He's gonna switch the pick. Oh, he's gonna switch it
about it.
We'll come back to you. Nyla.
Miami. I don't see how our defense is going to be able to stop them at all.
Blake?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Miami too. I actually think it's a lot closer than we're thinking here.
Yeah, second week of the Dolphins having to go to the Midwest. We're at Detroit last week. Bradley Chubb, I don't think will play. And if he does, I'm sure it'll be limited. I don't think Claypool will play much either, but N'Keal Harry looked pretty good. I think this game is closer than people think. We were all going to go to this game before I realized I was going to be in Florida. With that being said, I'm going to take the Bears +5 here. I think this is too many points. They're at home. Justin Fields is so happy that the Bears finally realized it was his team and not a linebacker ranked 42nd in the NFL on Pro Football Focus. Give me the Bears +5. They lose, but
by 6.
No, not by 6.
Probably by 10.
I love it.
No, give me the Bears.
I'm on the Bears now. I'm on the Bears.
Yep. There's too many people on the Dolphins here. This is how we have to do this because they're just some blockheads.
You get nervous at the top?
No, not at all.
He is.
If I was nervous, I'd be taking the Dolphins.
I think he is. I mean,
Me and Nick were on the opposite side of 7 picks last week. He's getting nervous.
I'm really not. If I was nervous, I'd be taking the same picks as you guys. I'm not. And I'm backing the Bears who just let up 50 points. If anything, that's a fucking visionary making picks right now.
No, it's a hero pick.
No. A hero pick.
It's a hero pick.
A hero pick is you fucking. I have to think of something stupid you've done recently. Minnesota.
The Commanders versus the Bears.
Yeah, there you go. Fuck you, Blake. Vikings -3.5 at the Watch. Speaking of the Commanders, Vikings look good, 6-1, pulling away from Dylan's Packers. Even though we have the same record, so they're pulling away from both of our teams, Dylan. And one of us are, say it every week, one of us is competing for a Super Bowl, one of us is in the first year of a rebuild. But you wouldn't know who. Vikings just traded for TJ Hawkinson. Pretty good move. Irv Smith out for 10 weeks. Boys, the Vikings might be for real, but Kirk Cousins is their quarterback. I'm going to take Minnesota -3.5. Fuck the Commanders, but does Taylor Heineke scare you a little bit?
Maybe
I'm not gonna talk shit about him. I like Taylor Heineke.
He makes wild shit happen.
I wasn't talking shit about him. I was actually giving him props. He kind of scared me.
No, yeah.
Hey, crazy shit has been known to happen when Taylor Heineke's taking snaps for the Washington team. That being said, I'm still taking Minnesota. Washington's not good. Minnesota might be really good. I'm not sure yet.
Blake?
Yeah, Minnesota -3.5 here. I think their defense is gonna start figuring out here, and they have cool touchdown celebrations. So Minnesota -3.5.
Do I see someone with Washington? Dylan, is that?
Oh
you?
yeah.
You're just gonna pick against the Vikings every week.
I never take them.
That's a hero pick right there.
Yep.
That's consistent picks. I never picked the Bears. I never picked the Vikings.
Dylan consistently picks against the division. It's one thing. He's a man of consistency.
That's right. And I think the Commanders cover.
Okay.
I don't see it, but
Let's see. Nyla.
Minnesota.
Everyone on Minnesota besides Dylan, though.
Yep.
Yeah, I just don't like the Commanders.
Okay, fair. Green Bay. You suck, Aaron Rodgers.
You would have a T-shirt.
You
like that.
suck, Aaron
You would have
Rodgers.
a t-shirt
Fuck
that.
you. You little pussy ass bitch. Oh, we need this game to go into Buffalo. Yeah, this team needs it. Yeah, okay, you suck. The Packers, not you don't. Aaron Rodgers. The Packers suck. Aaron Rodgers sucks. That team is done. I've been chirping Dylan all day on Snapchat. He's telling me the Packers still have a shot to make the Super Bowl. The season's not over. It's fucking over. Cancel it. Done.
Again, have they been? Like I said, have they been eliminated? No.
I think they can make the playoffs. But what's the point?
I wouldn't say that's out of the picture
You
yet.
have Aaron
Super
Rodgers.
Bowl,
You should be competing for Super Bowl championships, and you can't even get past the first round of the playoffs. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, man.
It's kind of crazy that the AFC East is going to end up sending 3 teams to the playoffs this year.
You mean that? Did you say NFC or did you say AFC?
Yeah, NFC East. Yeah, it probably will be both, honestly.
Oh, this is your floor right now, Dylan. Tell me why the Packers aren't done. What did you see on Sunday night? Garbage time points?
That wasn't garbage time.
It was.
Okay. I mean, you could say what you want, but
I'm not saying anything. This is your time to talk.
You're not going to say it on the podcast, but you're saying in the Snapchat.
Defend them.
I'm saying 9 games left. They had more. They looked like they had a better plan of attack. Yes, it's the Bills. They weren't going to win, right? Nobody here picked the Packers to win.
You did.
Well, I did. I'm saying to the collective group here, nobody would have picked the Packers to win. They play probably the best team in the NFL, and didn't get blown out.
Moral victories with one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
The receivers looked decent against the
Which
Bills.
receivers?
Torrey, Dobbs
look good.
Rodgers.
Who was on the Bills defense? I forgot. Do they have any starters playing right now?
The Bills defense?
I mean, they've been starting all year, no? Besides Michael Hyde.
Tre'Davious White was out.
Jordan Poyer played.
Tre'Davious White was out.
Dane Jackson and
they all played the full game.
Teron Johnson.
Tre'Davious White didn't.
Well, he hasn't played this season, so I don't think you can call him a starter right now.
Dylan.
He's their starter.
Well, yeah, but he's not gonna play for probably 2 more weeks.
Listen, you can believe whatever you want to believe. You're not going to believe a word I say ever.
I am. I'm trying to. I want to ride with you. I want to bet this team.
Because
I want to make money.
2 weeks ago, or a week ago, you apologized to Roquan Smith. Then you rescinded that apology.
I had to rescind that.
Guy.
Yeah.
So you're on a season every week, man.
Hey.
So all I'm saying, no matter what I say, you're never going to agree with me. You'll agree with me in that moment, but you'll never fully ever agree. Yeah. Again, you would wear that shirt. Whoever made that for you, I'm glad they got money off of you for that.
It's Barstool Sports.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you paid.
No one made it for me. Big Cat. Well, actually, Big Cat did. But
and it was $30 probably, right?
$28.50.
Yeah, exactly. You just hate the man so much. You just see
Dylan. He's murdered me 7 times.
Well, that's your fault.
How is it my fault? I'm a Bears fan. I grew up a Bears fan. It's not my fault that he just murdered me. So I'm happy that this is the trajectory of the Packers. What do you think about Matt LaFleur? Honest opinion. I think he's overrated as fuck, and he's a little bitch.
I think no. I mean, I've definitely had some thoughts where it's like, dude just gets riding on the coattails, and then he kind of loses the locker room a little bit. He doesn't have it prepared. I mean, the first year, especially against the 49ers, like, dude, are we going to play football, or are you just going to let him score on every run play? So there's been moments where it's like, I don't know about it. But him fucking hiring Joe Barry was the worst fucking mistake I think that he's made.
Dude, I heard about all I heard about how last year was how big Joe Barry's dick was. So what has changed? What is he doing? Because they're letting Jair, overrated, follow all these number one receivers, and he's getting the torch.
I would love to have that guy.
I would like him, but
who's better, Kyle Fuller or Jair Alexander?
Jair Alexander.
Kyle Fuller never shadowed and play off coverage. Of course, it's Jair Alexander. Kyle Fuller is one of them.
Just making sure you're not completely stupid.
No, come on. I know. Listen,
I obviously know Alexander's better.
Dylan, I'm normally scared of Aaron Rodgers. The problem is the front office didn't do anything to help him, and instead of like working with the rookies all offseason, he was fucking snorting ayahuasca off his new witch's girlfriend, whatever the fuck he is, big titties.
That's not how that works, but
true.
I mean, again, what's he going to do in the 8 weeks where they're learning the playbook? What is he going to do when they're learning the playbook?
Dude, throw to your fucking receivers.
Okay.
Just
go do that all training
camp.
Just
go be a leader one time instead of this is him every game where it's not going well. I've never seen that dude like make a comeback besides the Bears because he's just fucking going around like this and just like, dude, take some ownership, throw a tablet, and fucking win a football game. Let's get into the game.
I feel like maybe you're watching a different game than I am.
Oh, I am watching the same game, and if he loses to the Lions this week, consider him dead.
Yeah, Dylan, I got a question for you. I would say a very rational, level-headed Packers fan. How many more games do you think you can win this season? I see the Lions are on the schedule twice. The Bears are on there. The Vikings are on there. But then you got the Cowboys, the Titans, the Eagles, the Rams, and the Dolphins.
Yikes.
That's not an easy schedule.
It's not like the Rams have been great this year.
The Rams is
No,
Rams
Yeah,
in
the
LA
Rams
or
were
at
a
home?
close game.
And it's not like the Titans are some unstoppable force either.
When Henry runs for 250 there.
Yeah.
That's true.
Look, honest answer.
You got to figure you need at least 5 of those wins to make the playoff, have a shot at a playoff spot.
What I would hope for, obviously 9-0, but realistically, I think 7-2.
7
Clip it. I'm fucking. Let me put this in my notes.
2 losses being Cowboys.
The Eagles.
Who knows? Maybe they go
They can
to
beat
Philly and upset.
the Packers can beat. Dude,
Wait.
you're talking crazy.
On Sunday night in Philly, get out of here.
You know the
I
Packers.
think our best hope of Philly not going undefeated
Might be the
may
Packers.
actually be the Packers. The
It's
Packers
the
can turn it
Cowboys.
around.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I don't agree with you.
like I said, you guys can believe whatever you want. That's my opinion. I don't think Philly's going undefeated.
7-2
gonna-
Packers per Dylan.
Yeah, watch for it.
I could see
Remember,
it too.
yeah,
Like,
you
it's
can-
not unrealistic.
keep that in your notes. Put a little kissy face next to it, so when they do go 7-2,
Dude, I hope they do make the playoffs just so I can root hard against them. They'll be out in the first round. Rodgers will
and
fucking
you'll have
go to
your
jeopardy.
Super Bowl again.
Yeah,
So
you're
don't-
damn right
don't
I
put
will.
The Packers at 10-7 on
Yeah,
this.
if they don't make the playoffs, we don't have a fucking Super Bowl at all.
Yeah, so we want them in the playoffs, Dylan. We're
What do you
rooting
mean they're
for
playing
you.
our playoffs at that point would be them missing the playoffs.
Nah, I like
I'd
them
rather
in.
see them make it and lose. It's more satisfactory.
Yeah. Oh,
I
we should
don't know.
do,
I think
hey,
I'd like to see
live
them
electric
sit at
chair
home.
watching the Packers playoff game with Dylan. I'm in for that.
All right. I mean,
I don't think we have a big enough fan base for that.
I just want
I love the idea.
Okay, we're gonna work that out. Okay, let's get to the game. Packers -3.5 at Detroit. If they don't win, I'm taking the Packers because I'm already lost so much money that I just have to keep losing it. Apparently, the Lions fucking suck. I don't want to hear a word about Dan Campbell ever again. Sean, you fuck. I hope you listen to this. I finally got Mark Andrews back. You cocksucker. Fuck the Lions. Fuck St. Brown. Fuck DeAndre Swift. Fuck Jared Goff. Fuck the entire organization. In fact, I wish the NFL had relegation so that team can just get the fuck out of here. Packers -3.5. You fucking losers. Bruce.
Get me up.
wait. Before anybody else goes, let's say Detroit covers this game. He's going to be like, oh, I knew the Lions would cover.
No, I will not. I
I
will
should
not.
have said anything.
No, cut this. I will not.
That's what
You should have thought about that and waited on it.
No, because then I would have
Somebody
forgotten
else
about it.
go.
Nope.
That's true.
Somebody else go. I'm still thinking
I'll
about
go.
this game.
I'm on.
52% of the bets on the Lions.
I'm on the Packers.
Love
They're gonna have to really turn around. I mean, if they lose to the Lions, Dylan, your season's fucking chalk.
Hey, Dylan,
in my opinion.
Guess
so.
what? My
do or die
locks have
game.
been so bad this year. I'm locking the Packers.
Oh, fuck.
This guy's fucking.
This guy's trying to
Fuck,
fuck
dude.
us.
You want to fuck
Nah,
on
I
me,
got
Aaron
a
Rodgers?
switch.
I'm gonna fuck on you.
Dude, you have such like a weird thing with Aaron Rodgers. I think
I
it's
fucking
worse.
hate his guts.
It's sexual.
yeah, it's definitely.
Could be.
He would absolutely hate fuck the shit out of him.
No, he would get hate fucked by Aaron Rodgers just to prove it.
And then he would ask for a turn, and Aaron would just be like, "No."
If his big boob girlfriend was there, I'd consider it.
Ryan, what do you got for us?
I think the Packers have to turn around eventually. The
Yeah.
Lions, though. My whole theory with not adding a receiver is that the front office actually hates Aaron and wants to ruin his legacy. So they want to see him play shitty. And then they'll add once Jordan Love takes over.
Could see it.
That's my theory. But I think the Packers win by quite a bit.
Blake.
Me too.
Yeah, I got Green Bay -3.5 here. Hopefully they figure it the fuck out.
Bruce.
Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna play a little hero ball. I'm taking the Detroit Lions plus 3.5. I got some stats for you here. The Lions have covered the spread in each of their last 7 home games as underdogs against NFC North opponents, and they've won 4 of their last 5 games outright as home underdogs against NFC opponents. So I'm riding with the Lions. I hate this so much. I absolutely hate it. I'm gonna look like a fool on Sunday morning, but we're taking the Lions.
You got to wear a paper bag over your head when they don't cover.
I should wear a paper bag on my head anyway because I just took the Lions.
I have a prediction. I think Jordan Love shows up in this game, whether Rodgers gets hurt or their Packers are up by a lot. I think Aaron Rodgers, we're going to see a fake injury out of him.
Hutchinson fucking breaks Rodgers' collarbone.
Yep.
Sends him packing for the rest of his life. He goes to
George Hallis whispered to me.
That's just low, man.
George Hallis whispered to me.
He goes and takes Jeopardy.
The ghost of George Hallis.
I can start to like him again because he's just doing drugs.
George Hallis said,
Aaron Rodgers is going to be the person to legalize methamphetamine in this country.
With that note, Los Angeles Chargers at the Atlanta Falcons, the first place Atlanta Falcons. -3 on the road. The Chargers have been one of the most disappointing teams in the National Football League this year. I think we can all agree on that. Bruce, where are we at with your Falcons? Because you're the only one who keeps betting them every week. And the Panthers covered last week. Shout out Ryan.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was
insane.
An all-time blown. The Falcons had a field goal for the cover at the end of the game. They got a penalty. They declined the penalty and kicked the field goal again. And Younghoe Koo fucking missed it, and they ended up going to overtime. It was a heartbreaker.
Well,
but
Eddie former
the
Bear,
Chargers
Eddie
stink.
Yeah.
And I'm taking the Falcons to cover again. I'm just gonna keep falling on this sword like a dumb asshole. Give me the Falcons +3, whatever it is.
Nyla.
+3.
I like the Chargers. A little bad taste in my mouth after losing a cover on the Falcons last week, and yeah, the Chargers have not had a great season, but I kind of have the same thought process. That's kind of a do or die moment here for them. Like, this is a game they got to win, and I think whoever wins is going to cover the 3 points. So I'm going to take the Chargers.
Ryan.
Same thing. Chargers -3. Keenan Allen should be back relatively 75, 8%. Like, obviously Mike Williams is out, but I think they're going to start regaining some health. They're still a good team. I mean, let's not face the fact they're better than Atlanta. Justin Herbert hasn't played well this year, but I think he's going to turn it soon.
It's a good game for him to turn it around.
I agree. Atlanta's got a bad defense. I think it's a really fucking good game. I think the Chargers win by quite a bit. I think there's going to be some blowouts this week.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I said, it's November. Big boy football starts. Staley's coaching for his life. I think that bye week helped the Chargers out. Keenan Allen being back is the difference maker there. Lord knows your fantasy team.
He did not practice yesterday, so.
I was going to say, is he back? Isn't Mike Williams out this week too?
Mike Williams out.
Pretty nasty high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
How
that's
the
what I
fuck
thought,
is Keenan Allen not back?
He's got bad hand. He's like 30s with bad hamstrings.
Yeah, I mean, that guy hasn't been healthy for a single year in his career, I don't think.
Yeah,
Mike sucks.
Yeah, might be a Pound Eckler game. Joe Lombardi sucks. Brandon Staley sucks. I think Sean Payton's the coach there next year. I'm going to take the Chargers, though. I just can't see Atlanta winning this game. And Tom Brady's divorce is finalized, so things are going to start turning for him. Dylan?
Well, where did that come from?
It's going to come up later, too. Dylan?
Because Atlanta's in the division, and he's on Brady's dick right now.
Yep, we're back.
Battle of the Oregon Duck quarterbacks.
Kyle off. Are you fucking making that noise?
Yeah. No, I'm literally just sitting here.
Yeah, it's him.
I know.
Give me the better quarterback, Chargers.
Nice. So Bruce and Blake, you're on the Falcons?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going with Bruce here on the Falcons. I don't like the Chargers, man. They're not what I think the Chargers are. I don't think people understand it either. So give me Atlanta +3 here at home. I like it.
Atlanta. Carolina, the second place Carolina Panthers or maybe not second anymore. Carolina at Cincinnati -7.5. Cincinnati coming off a real big stinker on Monday Night Football against the Cleveland Browns. This is ugly. I thought Cincinnati's O-line would be much improved this year. It's not. I feel like Burrow's getting hit more. Maybe that's not true, but Chase being out is an issue. I'm going to wait on this pick because I really don't know. Bruce, you got your pick locked in, so it looks like you're going right back to the well here.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to take Cincinnati. I don't know why they look pretty bad against. I mean, albeit the Browns' defense on paper is very good. They haven't played very good this year. They played very good on Monday night. Carolina's defense isn't that good. I just Jamar Chase not being there scares me. It's kind of a big number, but I think Joe Burrow has enough with T. Higgins, Joe Mixon, Tyler Boyd that they can figure it out to beat a Panthers team that's admittedly not trying to win very many games right now.
They just didn't run the ball last night either, which is crazy.
Yeah, they don't like doing that. They don't like handing the ball to Joe Mixon. Joe Burrow loves throwing him the ball. They don't like handing the ball. It's a lot like the Patriots did for a long time when their offensive line wasn't good. They just used the short pass as an extension of the run game.
Yep, Ryan.
I like Carolina +7.5. PJ Walker's looked pretty darn good the last 2 weeks, and they're actually rallying around him, I think. DJ Moore might be back. I mean, he's having 2 fantastic games in a row.
It's crazy.
But I think the thing I like is that, one, Jamar Chase didn't realize he was a huge linchpin for that team until Monday. That team sucks without him. And Carolina's best players on the defense are their D linemen, Brian Burns and Derek Brown. I think they'll manhandle that O-line. I think Carolina covers, if not wins outright.
Nyla.
I'm going to go with Cincy. I like taking teams after a fucking shit performance. I like a good bounce back game here at home against Carolina. Even without Chase, I think he has enough weapons to put a bunch of points on the board against the Carolina team.
Big opportunity to bounce back and get right here.
Yeah,
it's a good bounce back game spot to be in for them.
I don't trust the Bengals, especially because one of their top corners tore his ACL last night as well. Ryan brought up good points about the defensive line, offensive line of the Bengals mismatch there. I'll take the Panthers. I think TJ Moore has a great game. They just have no one to cover. I think
flip-flops again.
I think the Bengals.
I see Cincy
written in
I
there.
think the Bengals win. I think the Panthers cover. Steve Wilkes has the boys playing hard.
I think we got to make sure Nick goes first, like one of these weeks, because I think he just flip-flops based on what people say.
Sometimes.
Dylan?
No, pretty much every single pick he makes.
I'll go first the rest of the time.
I'll
go first the rest of the time.
Out of the last 4 weeks, it's happened quite a bit.
There's a lot of flippage.
Okay.
But it's a good strategy. I mean, he's in first. If it's working for him, I can't blame him.
The guy in first.
Yeah, but would he be in first if he wasn't switching picks?
Okay, I'll go first, guys.
Ooh, we can. I'll watch all the episodes back and we'll see.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
That'd be good.
Dylan.
He's a flopper.
Fucking
Carolina
fish out of water.
Did me right in the spread and in fantasy with Foreman. Give me Carolina.
Fucker.
I did
turned it up.
Deontay Foreman, and he saved my fantasy team.
I was like, oh shit, he's got like 2 fucking points. This sucks. And then I flipped it back on, and it was like 31, 3 touchdowns. Like, fuck yeah, won me the game.
Yeah, lost Brian a game. Indianapolis at
5 to 6.
yeah,
Go
Indianapolis.
ahead and lead us off this one. Wait, did Blake pick?
I don't think Blake picked.
Yeah, I'm on Carolina plus 7.5.
Sorry, Blake.
It's you're good. It's the number. The number's too big. I'd like it more at like 4. But Panthers here plus 7.5.
Yep. Indianapolis at New
I
England.
love the fact that Nick still hasn't changed the thing in the document that still says Cincinnati.
Well, it's a 1-1.
It's changed.
No, it hasn't.
It is.
No,
well,
it
maybe
hasn't.
update your shitty Google Sheets. My hands are right here. It's changed.
There, I fixed it for you.
Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah, just so he doesn't flip flop.
He doesn't leave it.
Yeah, since he covers and he puts a fucking green highlight over that picture.
Indianapolis at New England. Bill Belichick's back. He's now the second winningest coach of all time. Indy, I really hope Indy sells a lot of players off because I love a little Darius Leonard in the middle of that Chicago Bears defense.
Jack Leonard.
Whatever, don't care. He's better than Roquan. Indianapolis at New England. Give me New England minus 5.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna take New England as well. I really think Indy's trying to fucking tank and potentially draft a quarterback with a top 10 pick.
Frank Wright's gonna get fired. Chris Ballard.
Yeah, I think the head coach and the GM are both gonna get fired, and they're just gonna start new. So I wouldn't be surprised if an active off season for them, releasing some people out.
Yeah, the Colts. Jim Irsay is gonna let Ballard and Wright go down with the ship and blow this thing to hell this year, and they're gonna get fired. And I'm locking the Patriots in at minus 5.5.
Ryan?
I don't think Ballard gets fired this year. I think he's actually a pretty decent GM. It just didn't work out with Matt Ryan. I think they're a pretty talented team. Jonathan Taylor has been really bad this year. I still like the Patriots. I mean, in Foxborough, their last Foxborough game wasn't, great. But I think they'll bounce back. Frank Wright sucks, though.
Frank Wright needs to get canned. He's bad.
Sucks.
I think Ballard's pretty talented.
Big ass. Yeah, Ballard might be okay. I just don't like it. Blake?
Give me New England here minus 5.5. I'm locking this as one of my locks this week. If you guys haven't learned, I'm pretty good on locks, so this is something you guys should check out.
Blake, have we got to the game you're deploying units on this week yet?
So
Is there any unit deployers this week?
We're going to be posting on Twitter. I am between Baltimore and New England for the deployer this week.
Okay.
We're gonna have to find out later this week on where the units are getting deployed. I'll definitely let everyone know.
And again, the amount of Blake's unit deployers are most people's paychecks. So let's just think about that when he's doing that.
I don't know about most people. There are definitely some.
It's like 2 times yours, right, Bruce?
Oh, come on now. Ain't no need for that.
It's about a third of mine.
Okay, we didn't need specifics. Raiders minus.
Who knows what the bet is?
Raiders minus 2 at
We
Jacksonville.
posted it. Fuck.
Blake got into numbers too. Earlier, so
Blake
there's
put
some.
the numbers
I
in.
hope someone goes into the numbers on that.
Yeah, someone will.
Talking about the win, not
blank
the bet.
times 3?
Okay. Las Vegas minus 2 at Jacksonville. Ryan, just like Dylan had to explain his Packers, what the fuck is going on in Raider Town?
Yeah.
Because they've lost us all a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, that was bad.
Hey, man, I'm not sure if you guys realized, but I was on the Saints last week. So
You wanted the Raiders. You
They,
picked the Saints. For
they really
us.
performed for me last week. Kamara played really well. Now the Raiders they're in a bad way. They committed a lot of money this offseason, players that aren't getting utilized. Waller being hurt hasn't helped them. Renfro was hurt for a bit, hasn't done shit this year. The only bright spot is Josh Jacobs. I mean, he's played fantastic, but if he's not running the ball, then they're kind of fucked. O-line's been pretty bad, and they keep on shuffling around, so there's no continuity. And McDaniel's offense is too rigid for those players right now. So until he loosens it up, I think it'll be a pretty pretty bad team. But
Yeah. Why aren't they throwing to Devontae? I don't get it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you the same thing.
I mean, has McDaniels ever had a top flight receiver actually put up
Randy
stats, or
Moss.
has he kind of spread the ball around?
Randy Moss.
Even when Edelman was there,
I was gonna say, was he there when Randy Moss was there?
He was.
He was.
Or was that Bill
I think
O'Brien?
that was before him.
Was that Bill O'Brien?
I
think-
think so.
I think it was Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, it was. Okay, I take
Yeah,
that back.
McDaniels never had a top flight receiver
No.
of 100.
Gronk?
I'll get him put about over 100, but he wasn't a stud.
About Gronk.
Like he is successful like off the run game, and right now Adams is more of a decoy than that dude.
Just throw Adams the ball. Like I'm gonna take the Raiders because
Please.
I think Adams has a monster week, and people just don't see it. How if you're Derek Carr, how do you not be like, dude, like let's throw this fucking guy the ball? He's your best player. Get off.
He really played it for fucking 10 years and has won a playoff game.
He should have some fucking say in what they do on offense then. Like the
He's
guy,
a Hall of Fame quarterback, according to Devontae.
Oh yeah.
Derek Carr
Sounds
is
like that.
just like a coach's pet. He doesn't talk bad about him until they're fired.
yeah, Derek Carr's a weird cat, but
McDaniels was with the Patriots for 16 years. So I don't know how to math on it. 2006.
But did he call plays? That was my whole thing.
Probably. not.
Blake, who do you got while Dylan's crunching the numbers?
Yeah, just got one question for Ryan here. What's up with Hunter Renfrow? I don't get any of these games, so I don't know anything.
So there was a quote last year on Renfro saying that when Gruden called plays and he ran pass routes exactly how he wanted to, he sucked. Like Renfro's more of a make it up kind of guy because he's one of the most creative route runners in the league. McDaniels calls a very rigid game plan where he says, throw it here when you want it. If he's running routes the way that he wants it, he's not a good player. He's kind of got to reload it.
So it's like a timing offense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Or
There's
throw it.
also the notion that Gruden liked to use the N word, and
What?
he's white.
He's like,
He's a white guy. He got the ball a lot in Gruden's offense.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
man.
Kanye Bruce.
I'll put that one out there.
Now,
Jesus.
This is blatant racism by John.
I'm sorry, what, Nick?
who's your pick?
Vegas. Bounce back, dude. I really like bounce back games after fucking horrible losses. I should not be taking this fucking Las Vegas team whatsoever, but I'm going to. Give me Vegas.
Why the Raiders? I feel like the Raiders have played a shit ton of road games this year.
Yeah, they're gonna go on like a big home streak soon.
Not
I feel
really.
like I agree with Nick there.
I mean, every team
your point.
plays.
They've been at
half the
Tennessee.
season at home.
Fucking. Where were they last week? Wherever they
They
were.
they were in Kansas City.
in
Green
Kansas
Bay's
City.
been on the road for a month too, so I mean, there's stretches like that for a lot of
Yeah.
teams.
It
Plus,
happens.
in the East, so they're just knocking them all out pretty much like one after the other.
Yeah.
East
Okay,
makes
makes
sense.
sense. Blake, you're Vegas.
yep, Vegas here. I did see a couple clips of just the cornerbacks for Jacksonville just getting burnt bad.
Yeah,
so.
Devontae's gonna have a good game. Been saying it for
Yeah.
3 weeks, but let's hope.
Yeah.
Dylan.
Yeah, I would just like to add that the Jags are on the no bet list officially. They haven't been yet. They are now.
Glad to see you're off the Doug Peterson train. I was worried about you there for a second. Broncos country, let's ride. Dylan.
The last time Josh McDaniels had a true number one receiver, Randy Moss, 2007. Moss caught 47 touchdowns in 3 years, including 23 in 2007.
So maybe
So we
DeMarcus-
called plays.
23
Yeah,
touchdowns. Oh my god.
So
maybe just do with what you did with Randy with Devontae. Let's just try that. Maybe it's the best
QB
quarterback
issue.
of all time. Yeah, maybe it's a QB issue. Maybe. Dylan, who you got here?
Las Vegas.
Okay, cool. Seattle at Arizona -2. Arizona sucks. DeAndre Hopkins looks awesome though. Seattle, Pete has the boys fired up, playing well. Geno Smith, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. I thought he was done for the year after that knee injury. Plays last week, caught a touchdown. Kenneth Walker III looks awesome. It's hard not to like Seattle. It's at Arizona. Arizona -2 for me.
Give me Seattle in the points. They look too good.
Different team on the
Same.
Gino throws 2
Did
picks.
you lock that?
I did. I put a lock on that one. I really like Seattle. I really don't like Arizona. I think that's
82% of the bets. I'm not telling you. I'll tell you after the pick.
It's on Seattle.
Yeah, money's going to be on Seattle. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't give a shit where the money is.
D-Hop, 2 touchdowns, 150 receiving.
And
they lose by 4.
Win on a field goal.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Arizona. I like Seattle.
They can't kick field goals either. They missed 2 field goals on Sunday.
Who?
Arizona.
Arizona never makes field goals. I feel like they've had kicker issues for years.
You just said they were going to win by a field goal.
I think they win by a field goal. Doesn't mean they can't win by one.
I hope they line up for one and hit the goalpost.
Don't fucking say
it.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Doink round 2.
So is everyone on Seattle besides me and Nyloff? Blake, I want to hear your thoughts on this game.
Yeah, so it's Arizona's defense. I say it. I think every single week, man, they're terrible. They can't tackle. They can't guard. They can't do nothing. So I'll take them in like a 50-50 game, day and night, because I love their offense. But if they're going against a pretty good team, which is Seattle, surprisingly this year, give me Seattle +2.
Geno Smith to throw an interception.
That's another thing I thought was funny. Patrick Peterson was talking shit about the Cardinals and how Kyler Murray likes to play video games a lot. And then Twitter roasted him. They had screenshots of Justin Jefferson just absolutely torching him like 4 different times. It was hilarious. He's running his mouth talking about, oh, we got the dub, all that shit. And fucking Justin Jefferson's just all over his ass.
I mean, Justin Jefferson is all over anyone's ass.
Isn't Peterson on Minnesota?
Yeah.
It was DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh.
And DeAndre Hopkins roasted him.
Yeah, happens.
Wrong outstanding receiver.
Yeah, that confused me. We're going to move on. Rams at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay -2.5. Tom Brady's divorce finalized. I'm all in on this guy. We're actually going to be getting him some puss on Saturday night while I'm there. We're hitting the clubs. Hit us up in Tampa. Phone number is 708-676-4936. Let's
Did you just make up a phone number?
Let's get this guy laid.
If you want the correct phone number, it's 708.
Don't put that out there. So we're gonna ride with Brady. I'm gonna ride with Tom. We're back. The fucking Biacho Giselle, not even hot anymore, out of his life. Here comes the playoff run, boys. They're gonna win the shitty division. They're gonna upset the Eagles in the first round and probably lose to the fucking 49ers in the NFC Championship game. Or win, I don't know. But Brady's going on a run. For all you morons saying he's the problem, he is not. I've seen enough out of him. The guy's been weighed down by a divorce. Have some fucking respect. The GOAT wins with Nick in attendance. We're going to be doing all the TB12 shit on him before the game. Maybe jerk him off a little bit. Deshaun Watson style. Tom Brady, -2.5. That's what I got.
Do you want to take his dick out of your mouth now?
No, he's the greatest quarterback of all time. He's won me thousands of dollars in my lifetime. I can't say a bad thing about the guy. And he's finally away from that Brazilian witch doctor biatch.
No, I'm not going to say Tom Brady's the problem in Tampa. He's definitely not really helping things the way he used to. But the offensive line in Tampa is the big problem. And Aaron Donald is going to expose it. Give me the Rams +2.5. I think they probably win this game by a field goal. This seems like a really shitty 17-14 game.
Yeah, it does. Ryan?
They're going to Josh. But no, I'll take the Rams. Tampa's not going to be good until they start running the ball again. That's how they've won the games the last 2 years.
Is that because you have Fournette or because...
No, that's because last year when they won last year, Fournette was the main catalyst. Wasn't Brady.
Okay.
But I would like to see Fournette actually do well because I do own him.
But he seems kind of washed. Seems just like slow, not really good.
That's all right. I mean, just throw him the fucking ball.
I'm just. What are you seeing? They're just
I
not
watch him.
using him, or he's just not good.
I'm not a Brady fan like you are.
I'm not talking about. When did I bring up Brady? I'm talking about Fournette.
When did you bring up Brady?
Now. I asked you about Fournette. I asked you about Leonard Fournette. No one talked
Go
about
after him, Ryan.
What are you talking about?
I'll let it stand just because he's so nice to let Brittany fuck Brady this weekend.
It might happen.
Very, very nice of her to willingly get pounded. I mean, she's going to open up like you never made her before. So, good for her.
Hey, if it results in a Bucks win, I'm all for it.
That might be the best day of Nick's life. Tom Brady fucks his girlfriend.
You're talking about
I'll be
having
watching the whole time. Like, yeah!
popcorn, baby.
A dude from like semi-pro who's just
It's like haunted house when they do the Mandingo party.
But Tom Brady's Mandingo. That's funny. Nyloff, speaking of Mandingo parties, who do you like in this game?
I enjoy taking Tampa Bay, apparently, because I'm taking them again this week. They've kind of been fucking me over all of the year, but this is a game that they have to win if they're going to go on a playoff run here. They got to turn it around. I think there's going to be a lot of teams turning some things around this week. And I'm going to stick with that image in my head for these teams. I'm just going to take Tampa Bay.
Blake.
Yeah, I'm on Tampa Bay -2.5 here. I just hate the Rams. Absolutely hate the Rams.
Shout out your boy Adam. I hope they get the win.
Fuck Adam. Fuck the Rams. That's it.
Seriously, fuck the Rams. Even though it looks like Stafford's actually throwing.
It's a very aggressive fuck him for the best man in his wedding.
Yeah.
Rams owe me some money.
You want to talk about bringing negativity to your team? Brady's done that pretty much all year off the field. Some negative news. You want to talk about Rodgers bringing all this negativity? Brady's done the same thing.
This isn't a Rodgers conversation.
Well, you would like it not to be, wouldn't you?
You just can't.
Get him, Dylan. Get him.
Who's better, Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers?
We talking about
all time.
Both.
Like Super Bowl.
All time. You get
all
one.
Time.
All time.
You get to pick one to start your franchise with when they're a rookie. Who do you take?
Brady.
Aaron Rodgers.
You're fucking high.
Brady just wins games, dude. I think they can both throw the ball very well, but Brady
besides the rings and playing for 20 years. Like, okay.
Talented.
If you're gonna pick a quarterback, yeah,
I want a guy who doesn't quit. Because if that was Rodgers, I've seen Rodgers quit against the fucking Falcons when they're down at the NFC Championship game, and then he's doing this again. Oh, Devontae, drop a ball. Oh, let's quit. Brady, 28-3. Nah, but they win the game. That's all you need to know.
You're talking about who would you build a franchise around?
Tom Brady.
I would build
He's a winner.
Around
Aaron Rodgers.
I would give him the weapons he needs, and then he wins you all the Super Bowls that Brady did.
Could be true.
Maybe he's just a choke artist. I know Tom Brady's not. I'm taking Tom.
Brady is this weekend.
Sure.
Yep. And for that
God
reason,
damn it,
Rams.
Tennessee at Kansas City. Kansas City looks like a wagon. Going to be a tough team to beat. This is another really big fucking spread, though. Is Tannehill back? Do we know that?
No, he's
yet.
probably not playing. There's a lot of Titans people saying, "Oh, it's interesting how Tannehill gets hurt a week or two before he plays Kansas City." So
give me the.
I don't see him.
Give me the Chiefs minus 12.5.
Malik Willis 10 completions for 55 yards.
That ain't gonna get us
week.
Oh,
what's a 10
completions? Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't like this line.
Here we go.
Give me Kansas City.
He said that like he was being tortured.
This is the one that's going to cover, not the first two. This one.
Okay, I like it, Dylan.
I don't know that Derrick Henry is enough to really put a dent against the Chiefs. He threw 50 yards last week, right?
10 completions for 55 yards. He was 6 completions for 55. He was 6 of 10. 10 attempts.
With an interception.
I mean, they're going to be behind most of the game. Eventually, they're going to have to throw the ball. My thought process is he cannot.
6 of 10, 55 yards and a pick was the full stat line. Yeah. Derrick Henry got 32 carries. But he is Houston's daddy. Yeah.
If there's gonna be a blowout game this week, I'm picking this one. Malik Willis can't throw the ball. Give me the Chiefs -1.5. You cover big spreads with being able to throw the fucking ball.
Dylan, do you switch your
Patrick
pick?
Mahomes concerned.
No, you cover big spreads by controlling the clock at the end of games and trying not to get blown out. And Derrick Henry is great for doing that. This is probably going to be another 100.
Lock the Chiefs. I'm locking the Chiefs.
I'm not going to lock the Titans, but I am going to take the Titans to cover 12.5 points. It's a really big spread versus a good team. I think the Titans cover.
And this is
2
why
and 5 on locks, by the way, Josh.
What's up?
2 and 5 on locks. I'm throwing facts out there.
That's okay.
For the people.
It's comeback week, Dylan. Got to turn it around sometime.
Dylan, you're on the Titans?
Yeah. Unlike you, I put in my pick before the conversation.
Yep. I've been going first for the last 6 games.
My pick was in before you made your pick.
Okay.
I am the one who doesn't have my pick in right now.
I'm going to take Baltimore -3. Go ahead, guys. Talk about it.
Okay, I'll take the Titans. But okay, now we can go to Baltimore.
Baltimore -3. The Saints suck.
Wait, did Blake pick?
No, yeah. Let me get in this real quick. I do have Kansas City -12.5 here.
I love it even more.
Just because they're gonna get it done. Tennessee, they can't throw the ball. During preseason, the only time Malik got a chance to play, the coaches were like, "Hey, Malik, you gotta actually throw the ball," and he didn't, and he got benched. So it's Kansas City here -12.5.
I mean, you guys realize that any other team that's true, but the Titans aren't made to throw the ball.
True.
If Henry 50 carries a game, they can do that.
I just think that
KC's 1-5 in their last 6 against the Titans, and they always fucking play well against the Chiefs. They don't get blown out.
Yeah, this is a different Chiefs team. This is the second best team in the NFL. Chiefs by a mile. This reminds me of the 49ers Chiefs. Same thing. Bad quarterback. When Patrick Mahomes puts up, it's 14-0, and Willis has to throw the ball, that's not going to go over well.
They'll still run the ball.
This is what they say every single year they play the Titans.
Okay, I agree with you. In years past, it's been a little different. I trust Tannehill a little more than Willis.
Let's just make them throw the ball.
Okay, that's fine.
Tennessee secondary is god awful. Yeah. God awful.
I'm scared of Juju.
MVS.
You should be with fucking
Is Tony
Mahomes.
playing?
Another receiver the Packers should have kept.
No. Stop it.
Not for the money, maybe, but
stop it.
It's better than what they got now.
Clearly, you didn't watch Packers games last year. Besides the 2 against the Bears.
I know he did have a lot of drops. Baltimore -3. Go ahead. Go ahead, Bruce. What do you got? Saints?
No, I don't. I don't think the Saints are very good still. I'm taking the Ravens -3.
Like,
yep. Jesus. The Ravens -3 for a lock here. 6-0 in my last 3 weeks of locks. Baltimore's getting 2 linebackers back here, Tyus Bowser and
Roquan Smith.
And I mean, even if he plays anywhere, I mean, just pass rush, and they're getting his last name starts with an O, and he was getting sacks on I forget what quarterback, but yeah, I got Ravens -3 here.
Ryan, switch your pick. Why?
I did.
Diggy Zula.
I switched to the Saints. I think it'll be a close game. I mean, Baltimore's not blowing anyone up this year. Saints actually looking decent with Dalton at QB. Kamara is back.
Saints averaging 30 points a game with Dalton at QB.
And the Saints always play their conference or their division well. They don't get blown out at home. Do I think they'll win? Maybe not. I don't know.
Did you just say the Saints play their division well?
Like, have you ever seen the Buccaneers play in New Orleans?
They're playing Baltimore.
They're not in the division.
Oh, you're right. Well, either way, I'm taking the Saints.
Okay.
Just because I want to shit on Tampa Bay a little bit more. That's why I threw it in there.
Fine.
Let's keep it going.
I would shit on Tampa Bay. They've been bad. But Brady's back.
Oh, you
I'm
technically
taking Baltimore -3. I'm riding with Blake.
I think Nick's the only person in here that puts like little sprinkles into baskets of each team.
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady.
Got that tattooed on your ass or something?
I might.
It's on his feet.
49ers quarterback next year.
CUMING.
don't worry. Like after this week, like every time he kisses Brittany, he'll Tom Brady in his mouth. All right.
That would actually be a dream come true. Blake, you already said something. Josh.
Yep.
I'm riding with Blake. Baltimore -3.
And I'm copycat. Bruce, you're on Baltimore.
Yeah, I said that.
Dylan.
Baltimore.
All right, boys. Closing statements. Fun pod. Roquan's dead.
He's not dead. He's going to go lead the league in tackles for the Ravens.
Yeah, and there'll be like a first-round playoff exit because his fat ass can't cover fucking Juju over the middle.
At least he's gonna make the playoffs, right?
I'd rather be where we're at.
You'd rather be Roquan Smith not getting traded, or you'd rather be Roquan Smith getting traded?
I'd rather be not the team that does not have Roquan Smith any longer.
Imagine he got traded to like the Bucks or something. He'd be like, "Oh, that's a great move for the Bucks, man."
They have great linebackers. That would not be a good move for the Bucks.
Yeah.
Or the Patriots.
Yeah,
I'm not a Patriots fan.
Yeah.
Other linebackers are on expiring contracts and they're over 50 years old. They don't need fun.
So here's an interesting stat just before we go. The Dolphins deal with Miami, or the Dolphins deal with San Francisco, so San Francisco could get Trey Lance. They turned those 3 first-round picks into Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Bradley Chubb.
Damn. That's actually great.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter today earlier too, Bruce. That is crazy.
They better start winning games though.
ESPN right now.
Blake,
The Dolphins, they just won a game.
I know, but with the Jets and Bills, and you figure the Patriots are probably going to still be in the mix.
Undefeated when Tua starts and completes games.
Please.
He has to complete the
So
game.
when he doesn't get these hands,
When he gets murdered on the field, they don't.
he doesn't get zapped by a fucking taser.
When he does all the offensive snaps, the Dolphins win. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle on pace to have record seasons.
Blake, final thoughts.
Yeah,
You get the last
what
word.
What I got is stay tuned on Twitter, follow, like, favorite everything we got, and I'm gonna be posting the unit deployer later in the week.
Which may or may
It's
not
some
be
money.
It's gonna be the New England Patriots.
which may or may not be more than Bruce's paycheck till we decide. I don't know what
Less, significantly less.
significantly less. So Bruce is taking us out to a steak dinner soon. That was episode 9, Frosty Takes Podcast. Give us a follow on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, subscribe, Spotify, subscribe. I'm working on sponsorship, so if anyone's listening that is a part of a decent company that we all like, let us know. We could all use some free bets somewhere as well. But
talk to Brady. Maybe we could get while he's with Brittany, just say give us a sponsor.
Smart. That's smart.
Get the
I'd be okay with being sponsored by Team Brady.
sponsored by